share with us her trip to Florida, in which they were able to initiate more than 10 people to receive the blessing. Okay, so Jean.
Everybody stand up. Okay, two. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so last Thursday, Transmitter Law and I, we went to, so loud, we went to Florida, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, because Claudia, who received it down here, had a lot of family and friends over there. So she wanted us to propagate the down over there. Okay. So before we went through many trials and tribulations as usual. For example, my mother of all time to be sick and put into hospice was right before my trip. So I asked myself, what do I do? Okay, do I still go on this trip or do I stay home and take care of my mom? And I thought about it and thought about it. So about a week before we were supposed to go, I said, okay, I have one that I must obey to my spiritual mother and one I must obey to my physical mother. Both are important to me. So what do I do? I said, okay, there's not much I can do over here because my aunt is taking care of her. But if I go on the trip, it will help her more. So that's what I did. Okay. So my aunt asked me, I'm going to break into tears. Okay, she goes, if you're leaving now, if something happened, are you going to feel guilty? So I said, no, I'm not going to feel guilty because I'm actually doing this for my mom to help her. Okay. So I went. Oh, thank you. So I went, and I'm very glad we did. Okay. Well, of course, there's many other tests. For example, the car that Claudia was supposed to pick us up and drive us around from place to place broke down 2 days or 3 days before. Okay. So she desperately tried to borrow a car, but unfortunately she couldn't. So I eased her mind. I said, don't worry about the car. If worse comes to worse, we'll rent a car. Okay, because in Miami, you need a car to get around. There's no subways, and taking the bus is not that convenient because we got a suitcase to bring all the altar material in there. Okay. And then another test was the hotel. Because Claudia goes, don't worry, I can find you a place to stay. Because we tried to be the most economical and try to, get as many people to receive the blessing. Okay, so minimum of resource with the maximum of results. That's what the Tao is about. So then, last minute, we didn't have a place to stay. So I said to myself, if it's me, I would not allow any strangers to stay in my home. Okay, nobody knows us. So I said to Transmitter Law, let's just go and get a hotel room. So out of the blue, Heather, who is a member of the Tao, worked downstairs, said to Transmitter Law, I know someone that works in a hotel right in Miami Beach. So we were lucky. He got us a hotel, okay, at only $70-something a night, okay. Today, you cannot get anything under $98 a night. Even $98 is cheap, right? So I said, book it, right? So we book it. And another test, okay. Oh, gee, I forgot the other test.
Not the license part?
Huh?
Not the license part.
Yeah. Thank you, Virginia. So me and Transmitter Law went out of the blue, right? Actually, when I was on my way, she took a cab from here. I took a cab from my home. So in the cab, I said to myself, she's going to forget her license. She did forget her license. She didn't forget her license. She bought the wrong license. She brought a broker's license. Okay? It has a picture. And actually, the first guy at, when we check in, allow her to go through. If you, I said, are you sure I don't have to go home and get it? No. She'll be okay. So we line up for the security. So the guy goes, no. If you can have another proof with your name, any type of proof with your name on it, I will let you through. She dig into her purse and nothing was found. Nothing. So she called her husband to look for her license and bring her license. It's a good thing I estimated the time earlier to meet her. Okay, so we had a little extra time. So, so many tests, okay? Just to test the sincerity of our heart. Are you still going? Are you still going? Okay. So when we got there, okay, Claudia picked us up. We went to the car, so everything worked out. And, first 2 days we went around trying to get more people to receive the Tao. So then the third day, we had this family where Claudia's son was living with, okay, this whole family from Trinidad. From Trinidad, okay? Okay, very nice people, and I told them about you, Johnny. So they all received the Tao, okay? And even a 78-year-old mother, she was so happy that she received the Tao. So me and Transmitter Law, when we close the ceremony, we do the koto bowing, and she stood right next to us. She won't leave us. Okay? So then, the next day we went to a different town where we set up the altar in an artist studio. Okay? It's a big space. So over there, he was busy. He actually was supposed to get a lot more people. But because he just moved into the property, he didn't have the time because he was cleaning up for us and painting, so the place looked, presentable. So over there, we had a few people, and one of the members from here, whose mother lives in Miami Beach, had called us and asked us to bring her to receive the blessing, which she did, okay? So she only speaks Spanish, and Claudia was able to translate. So it was very successful. And we tried Caribbean food. We ate mostly Caribbean food, which is very, very good. So Johnny, can you cook us some Caribbean food here? Really, I love it. They use a lot of plantain bananas.
Oh, banana.
Yeah, bananas. The plantain, not the regular banana.
You cook here
Yeah.
for everyone here?
Yeah. It's like green, the skin is
We
green.
have two types, green and green one and the light or yellow one.
Yeah, so when you cook it, it tastes like potatoes,
Oh.
okay? But it doesn't give you the gas of potato. Because I usually cannot eat potato. But this one, I ate a lot and it was so good. Okay,
So you were able to initiate more than
a total
people,
of
right?
13 people.
13.
Yeah, total of 13 people. And they were very, very happy. They all were, thank you. They were all very happy that they received it. Okay. So when I came back, I called Claudia, and she says, "You know what we're talking about?" I said, "What?" "We're talking about the Tao and the whole ceremony." So after we leave, they're still talking about it. Okay, that means that we left a good impression, which is good.
Okay. Do you think any of them will be coming to?
There might be, yeah.
The
Claudia's
Dharma
son
class.
might be.
Okay.
So it depends, and maybe the artist might be too. He's a whole, I can't even say, not holistic, holographic. Is that holographic? Yeah. So he takes picture and he makes it 3-dimensional. So when you walk in, he had this big picture, and they were plastic. I thought they were real plants stuck on the painting. It wasn't. It was just a picture because it's 3-dimensional.
Oh.
It was very interesting.
Thank
Yeah.
you
So they were all very happy about it.
How's your
Yeah.
mom?
When I came back, okay, before I left, my mom is bedridden. She can't walk. and she's sleeping day and night, non-stop sleeping. Okay. When I came back 2 days later, she's wide alert, talks to us, even watches TV. Okay. Even recognize everybody that come and see her. Okay. So just to prove to you how precious this Tao is, okay? Because when I went, we donated the merits, our merits, dedicated for my mom. Okay. So that's how precious the Tao is. So I'm so glad I went because I fulfilled my vow, and at the same time, my mom got better. If I didn't go, my mom was still in that sleeping stage. Okay? So that's how precious. As long as we have a sincere heart, you can move heaven. Okay? Anyone can move heaven.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And remember that heavenly scent that I was telling you about? A few months ago, I smelled this heavenly
Incense.
fragrant, no, it wasn't incense, a heavenly smell, out of this world, so fragrant and light, smells so good. And it was because I took a vow that very day, and a couple of hours later, I smelled that scent. And at that time, I couldn't tell you guys what my vow was, but today I can share with you. My vow was that I will help transmit the law to propagate the Tao outside of New York. That was my vow. That's why I smell that scent. So if you want to smell that scent, you take a vow. A sincere vow. Okay? I guess it was a sign from heaven, like acknowledging that, okay, go do it. So that's why it was so important to me that I did go to Florida. Because we planned this like a month ahead, like the airplane tickets and everything. Because if you book the last minute, it's too expensive. So, yeah, just to share with all of you. So, everybody can do this, not just me, okay? If you have a will, there is a way,
Yeah. That's
okay?
what the first class was about.
Yeah.
We have vows to help all sentient beings. That Buddhas and saints will help us. We also will radiate that positive energy, and the positive energy return to us. People around us will help us. We don't know where or when, but it will happen.
Okay.
I didn't have the chance to ask if you have received a blessing yet.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, we're very happy you came back today. Okay. Now, today's topic, first of all, I'd like to thank Grace of Heaven, Virtues of Masters, our grand predecessor, and all transmitter for giving me an opportunity to learn to speak in today's class on the 4 subjects of Tao cultivation. Okay, the outline is on the board. Okay, so if everyone can follow me. Cultivation is one of the most important factor for us to be able to return to absolute heaven. Okay, everyone in this world has faults. Otherwise, we would be reincarnated back into this physical realm. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to change ourselves for the better. Okay, we have to follow the ways of the saints and Buddhas. After all, they too were humans just like us. Okay, but what they did was they sacrificed themselves for the benefit of all sentient beings, and that is why today they are being worshipped by millions of people all over the world. So that's why we also have to follow the way of the saints and Buddhas. Okay, so our holy teacher categorized it into 4 subjects. The first is character. Okay, character. The holy teacher says there are 2 requirements that we need before we can achieve virtues. One is frugality, and 2, a true heart. Frugality is not to be wasteful. Not only our money, okay, everything that we use in our daily life. In terms of money, we buy what we need, okay? What we do not need, we do not waste our money on. Isn't it better if we have a few extra dollars to donate into the temple for sentient beings, right? So instead of wasting that extra dollar on maybe a T-shirt or a game to play on the computer, it's better to donate to the temple for sentient beings. True heart, it means a sincere heart. If we do everything, whether we are speaking, whether we are performing in any affairs, okay, or we are kowtowing, anything that we do in the temple, do it with a sincere heart, okay? It proves to heaven that we are genuine. We are not faking it. So if we have a sincere heart, it will move heaven. Okay? So as a virtuous person, our behavior should always be in accordance with our Buddha nature. Everything we say, everything we do, we must filter it through our Buddha nature first. Let that guide us. So this way we can do no wrong. Saints and Buddhas are always watching and recording us. Okay? A person's behavior is the manifestation of one's soul. Whatever we do, whatever we say, it is expressing what our soul is like. So that's why we have to be careful and always be cautious and aware. Okay? We have to turn the knowledge of good in our mind into action in order to acquire virtues. Then we will be a true, kind, and beautiful person, just like the saints and Buddhas. Being a cultivator, we first need to cultivate ourselves to perfection. The first thing in cultivating and building our virtue is to rectify ourselves. Virtues are built up by giving extensively and helping all sentient beings. Like the Buddhas, they sacrifice themselves for the. We have to sacrifice ourselves for the benefit of all sentient beings. Only when we are merciful and joyful in giving can we have virtues. Therefore, after receiving the Tao, we have to nourish our virtues, cultivate our moral character, and rectify ourselves to help other people to do the same. This way, we are able to truly build up virtue and accumulate merits. Okay? We have to examine ourselves in everything we do, to give more consideration to others than to ourselves. We have to let go of that ego. Okay? More for other people and to think of ourselves less. Get rid of the I. When we are talking with others, do not be judgmental or talk behind other people's back. Holy teachers say when we do that, then there will be other people that also will be talking behind our backs. Remember, there is a saying, what goes around comes around. There is no greater disaster than being greedy. No greater sin than talking about other people's rights and wrongs. We should learn to be like a Buddha. To learn, cultivate, and nourish requires tenacity. We all need to repent, reform ourselves inside and out, to get rid of all our bad tempers and our bad habits. If we learn and practice tenacity while conducting our life, then we will be successful in everything. Okay? We all have bad habits, right? Such as too much computer, too much, what? Too much games, too much smoking, too much alcohol,
Shopping.
too much shopping, ladies, okay? Too much gossiping. Too much social media, okay?
Huh?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay. See, I'm computer illiterate, so I don't know too much of these terms. Yeah. Okay. Too much TV.
Yeah.
Too much eating. Too much sleeping. These are all bad habits.
And
Too much
truly,
pornography. No pornography or pornography. Pornography. No pornography. Okay. That's what we have to do. Get rid of all that. Okay?
Yeah, may I just add one thing? Actually, the karma of watching pornography is one might become blind for the next life.
If you read the Journey to the Underworld, in that book, it specifies if one watches pornography or watches things that one is not supposed to watch, they will gouge your eyes out in the underworld over and over and over, non-stop. Okay? That's why do not watch.
Do not
Okay.
watch.
Pornography.
Things that you shouldn't.
Or things that we should not watch.
Yeah.
Okay? Not only pornography,
Vulgar.
like, yeah. Like if somebody is changing their clothes and we are doing the peeping Tom, okay? That's another bad thing, okay? Okay, just an example. Okay, things that we should not be watching. Okay? So those are bad habits.
Thoughts that we should not have.
Yeah,
Wandering
thoughts.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, or if somebody says something bad to us and we have a hateful thought in our mind, like, oh, I hate you, or you have say bad, nasty curse at him inside your mind, that's also bad. Okay? So our thoughts should always be pure and good. Remember, if somebody says something bad about us, they're offsetting our karma. Okay, they're reducing our bad karma. Yeah. Okay. So we should be thank you.
Yeah, as long as we're grateful. I mean, we're not. Yeah, we're not angry.
It's like it's a chance to
Yeah.
work on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why we have to cultivate our heart and mind all the time, non-stop in our daily life.
Not easy, right?
No, not easy. But first we start at home.
Oh,
Okay. Like get along with our siblings, love our parents. Okay. Get along with our children. Okay. To be kind to everybody. Okay. That's how we start from home, and then at work, and then among society. Okay. And of course in the temple.
Yeah.
Okay. So every wrong motive of thought is already a fault. So if we have a bad thought and we put that into action, that's two faults. Okay? So we always have to be aware of our thoughts. If we know we have a wrong thought, turn it around into a positive. Okay? Our holy teacher always said, our heart and mind is the most important part of cultivation. The heart and the mind. Okay? So whatever is in our thoughts, it will turn into an action, which will become our habit, which will become our character, which will become our destiny. Okay? So that's why our actions and our thoughts and our words have all got to be good. We have to be a goody two shoes from now on. Okay. So this way, when we're aware of it, it will lessen our chance of committing sins and earning demerits and also causing bad karmas. Okay? Indulging yourself means hurting yourself. Our holy teacher said, if we pamper ourselves in this world, like with material desires, live luxuriously, okay, eat the best of the best, enjoy life to the fullest, when we leave this world, we will be suffering. Okay? On the other hand, if we endure many sufferings, difficulties, and hardships in life for the benefit of all sentient beings, then we will enjoy a blissful life in heaven. Okay? So even if we have money in this world, try to use it for sentient beings. Like Warren Buffett. He is so filthy rich. He can buy himself so many luxurious properties, right? Live like a king. But he still lives in the same house that he was brought up in. Okay? He can afford so many luxuries, but he still lives with the same furniture. Everything is the same. And instead, what does he do? He donates a lot of his fortune to different foundations, to all charities. Okay? So just to show you, a rich person does not have to use it for himself, but to help others. Okay? Now, the second second lesson is merits and virtues. So remember when we first received the Tao, we have to all pay a merit fee. So that merit fee with your name will be posted in heaven, on heaven's board. And it will open up a bank account in heaven. Okay? So now, once that bank account is open in heaven, we have to do our best to build up, okay, that bank account and deposit invisible money into it. How do we do that? Okay. Invisible money means accumulating merits and virtues. So, we don't have to be in the temple to accumulate merits and virtues. If we genuinely praise someone, okay, to provide kindness, care, and love to someone, or to help someone do a favor for them, all these are accumulating merit and virtues. Just a smile to someone is already a virtue, okay? So even giving up a seat on the bus or a subway to anybody, right? Especially the young people, you don't need a seat. You can stand up. Let the elderly sit down, okay? Or helping the blind cross the street, or even helping someone carry the elderly groceries to their home. These are all merits and virtues, okay? Anything you do to help sentient being is a merit and virtue, okay? And when we do that every day, we are practicing Tao in our daily life, anytime, anywhere. If we have no complaints and guilt in our heart, we are also accumulating merits and virtues. Without complaint, without guilt, we are free from regrets, okay? That's having merits and virtues too. But if we only care about how many merits and virtues we have and become obstinate in counting them and getting more and more, we're not going to have any at all. So when we earn merits and virtue, we don't think about it. Then it will become merits. But if we record it, oh, today I brought so many people in to receive the Tao, or today I swept the floor, or I wiped the furniture, or I washed the dishes, you're going to have zero merits when you go back. Okay? Nothing should be reminded. You shouldn't think about it after you do it. You do it from the sincerity of your heart. You don't calculate and enter it into your phone. I did this. Okay, I did this today. I did this today. And then 10 years later, you go back to your phone. How many merits do I have? We don't do that. Okay? And we don't keep it in our mind. Okay? We just do it. Just like home. When we're home, when we do something, clean the floor, wash the dishes, do we record it? No, we don't think about it. We do it because that's our responsibility. And we earn merits and virtue because that's our responsibility. All right? So that's why because it becomes, when we do it, okay, we do it without motive, which means it's wu wei in Mandarin. Okay? We do it without motive. If you do it with a motive, it's no longer a merit. Okay? That's why there should never be a motive in something we say or something we do. Okay? Or even in our thoughts. Like, oh, I'm only being nice to you because I'm trying to earn merits. Okay? we don't think like that. I'm trying to help you because that's my responsibility. Okay?
It's human nature.
Yeah, it's
Human-
just,
Yeah, it's a
nature.
Buddha
It's
nature.
true nature.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I mean, if you count your merits, yeah, I mean, you do get some. I mean, but it's limited because I mean, you already limited by counting it, right? You already set a limit. This is how many there are.
You're reducing it.
Yeah, but true merit is you can say it's boundless. There's no.
Countless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's infinite. You know, it's like it's true infinite merit. And that's if you don't think about it, don't remember it, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Holy Teacher said, we donate some money to the temple and keep thinking about that donation. Oh, on this day I donated $100. I put in the red box. You keep thinking it nonstop. Okay. In time, that $100 will return back
Yeah,
to you.
it just
Okay.
becomes a good fortune that returns
Yeah.
to you. That's it.
But if you don't think about it, you forget about it. You put it in the box and you forget about it. That will be unlimited. Okay. So it will be worth infinite merits. Isn't that better than counting your merits? Right? So that's how it's weighed. Okay. So that's what the Buddha say. So we gotta follow the ways of the Buddha. Also, letting people feel hopeful. Okay. Everybody has their downtime. Okay. Whether it's somebody sick, or they're depressed, or they lost something, something that someone is emotionally upset about. Okay. Give them hope. Talk to them. Lend them what do you call? Lend them a helping ear. Is that how you word it? Give them a help. Give them an ear to listen to.
Give them an ear.
Yeah, or give them a shoulder to cry on. Okay. Encourage them with kind words. This way we're giving them hope. Because without hope causes depression. And depression kills. That's why there's so many suicide among young people in this world. Okay? Whether it's breaking up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or they are not doing well in school, or they got bullied in school. Okay? You talk to them. Okay? Give them strength. Give them hope. So it'll turn their life around.
I think that's the case with the student who killed more than 30 people in the Virginia attack.
Yeah.
He was in Great Depression.
Yeah. Most of the shootings were caused by people that are mentally ill. They're under depression, especially bipolar disorder. Okay, they can't control themselves. Sometimes also medication causes depression. Like all bipolar medications causes depression, causes them to think of suicide. Okay, suicide is the worst thing anyone can go through, because Holy Teacher says if one commits suicide, next 7 lifetimes, one will have to die committed suicide. 7 lifetimes. Okay, so that's the worst sin, is to kill ourselves. And the true meaning of giving doesn't just lie in donating money, but in whether we have a sincere and honest heart when we are giving. It doesn't depend on how much money we donated, but whether or not we have a true heart. Okay. So when we're giving, it's just like handing a flower from our left hand to our right hand. No matter where the flower goes, it's still in our own hand. So in other words, when we give with true sincerity, that giving becomes our merit and virtue in heaven. So that's what it means from our left hand to our right hand. And the more we give to other people, the broader our heart will be. That's the true meaning of giving. Offer your kind heart, face, words, and physical body. These are the 4 types of donation, our Holy Teacher says. To give our heart means to keep our heart pure, righteous, without pollution or evil thoughts, is also giving. Okay? As long as our heart is righteous and pure, we won't have any mental garbage in our mind. That's also a kind of internal merit and virtue. Donation with our face means always having a smiling face. Okay? Even if we're upset, put on a smile. If someone is facing us and we give them a very bad face, it's going to upset the other person. They think that we are saying something with our face to them, like, oh, you did something wrong, or I don't like you, okay? So, people will get upset with us. Always put on a smiling face, okay? it will bring happiness not only people to around us, also to ourselves. Giving our words also is encouraging words, also is a virtue and merit, okay, in place of scolding words, okay. So if we are in the verge of trying to scold somebody or yell at them, think twice. Filter it through our Buddha nature. Let that guide us. Okay? So we can talk in a different way. Our tone of voice, the way we speak is so important. So it doesn't come out wrong when we didn't mean it like that. The other person listening to say, why are you so mean to me? Right? Or why did you say that to me? But that's not what you meant. You didn't mean it like that. So always be aware of our tone and of the way we say things to other people.
Always try to say it enough. I mean, because there's always two ways, even though maybe someone did something wrong, and you can say directly, but there's there are only two sides. You can always be positive or negative. So it's always better to try to be positive. But you can say a positive spin on it, but say it in a positive way, an encouraging way, as opposed to, oh no, you did this thing wrong, whatever. You say, oh, maybe if you do it this way, it'd be better, right?
Yeah.
Then the person won't feel as bad either. Right? They'll feel, oh, okay, they can improve. Otherwise, people, they hear the negative stuff so much that they don't want to listen anymore, and then that discourages them. So that's why it's always should be positive. Yeah.
So always think ahead. How am I going to say this to this person? Okay, so you already plan how to say it, so it comes out very kind and caring. Donation of our physical body. Okay, it means to set a good example, okay, through our own conduct. By doing this, we help others to follow our example naturally. When we see others in trouble or in difficulty, offer our helping hand to them. And also, when other people see you're helping somebody, they too will think twice. Oh, I can do that too. So it becomes a chain reaction, right? So that's why everything we do in the outside will have a very positive effect on everybody around us. Okay. The third lesson is tolerance and patience. We should not be affected by the outside environment, no matter how big or small the influence is. When we are not rushed or become impatient in our daily life, we will learn something. If our heart can endure tribulation and confinement, with perseverance we can overcome any hardship. During the process of cultivation, it doesn't matter if the ordeal is large or small, the tests are many or few, we must have a calm and stable heart and mind. Okay? These are words from the Holy Teacher, not from me. I didn't make it up. The Holy Teacher is our Jigong Buddha. Okay. So that's why we always carefully weigh out the problem first and then contemplate, okay, carefully consider everything before breaking it down, and we solve it while solving it. Okay. And our Holy Teacher also said, hope disciples, that's us, we are the teacher's disciple. Hope disciples are able to build good affinities with people and improve relationship with others. Turn bad into good. When things are unfair, be patient. Endure the storms and turbulent oceans. Winds will cease and waves will calm down. Remember this, endure and we will be successful and achieve what is destined to be ours. Otherwise, everything will be gone with the winds. Okay? So before we get into an argument or conflict with other people, we have to tolerate and be patient with all those around us. These are all great virtues to practice. If we immediately blow up and get angry, not only will we cause bad karma, but we will also lose all the merits we have accumulated. Okay, so think twice before we blow up next time. So our Holy Teacher says, if we get angry, through all the years we've cultivated, all the years we've earned our merits and virtues, one big blow up will wash away all the past merits and virtues. Is it worth it? No. We work hard at it. We're not going to just give up 1, 2, 3. Right? So don't blow up for no reason. Or even for good reasons, do not blow up. Okay? So like whenever somebody mistreat us or somebody do harmful things to us, I always say to myself, it doesn't matter. Okay? I always use this phrase, it doesn't matter. What they do, that's their fault. I don't have to pay for their fault. And what I do is more important. As long as I do everything properly, as long as I do not commit any faults, okay, that's more important. So no matter how other people treat us, it's not important. First of all, they're reducing our karma. Second of all, okay, I don't have to be like them. I can learn from what their faults are. When we see faults in others, we say to ourselves, I will make sure I will not be like them. I will make sure I will not do what they are doing, even to that person that did this to me. Okay? Because if you're thinking, oh, this person did this to me, so now I'm going to do this back to them, that becomes a revenge thought. And we shouldn't have revenge in our mind. Okay? So that's how I handle it when people mistreat me. It's hard. It's very hard. Okay? But gradually, we can do it. Okay? We try. Every time we try, we will get better. Okay? So we don't give up. Every time somebody do that to us, we improve. Okay? We learn from it.
Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, you get angry back or fight back or whatever. It just continues the cycle. It's not going to end. They're going to keep coming back and give you that problem again until you're able to let it go and stop. And you break that cycle, right? Because this is karma, creating karma. And so, maybe we did something to them before, and so they're getting us back.
The last life?
Yeah.
Last life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Last life.
So we need to. Yeah, we have to keep that in mind, and so that's always possible. And even if it isn't, okay, but we don't want to, let them cause us to be pulled into that karma. Okay, even if we didn't create anything in the past, and they're creating this time, we don't want to be drawn into that karma, and then later on we have to pay back and stuff. So it's best to end it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't end, then it's going to carry to the next lifetime. So even if we want to go back to heaven, we can't. We still have to come back. Is it worth it? It certainly isn't, right?
Can I give a easy example?
Yes.
So I drive to work every morning.
Yes.
In Great Neck, there's a little section road that it gets a lot of cars, the traffic jam, and other cars can go just go around and just turn it. In the beginning, it just frustrated me because I was sitting in the traffic for like 15, 20 minutes, everybody would just go around. Now when I look at it, it's like, it doesn't bother me anymore. But it took me a while. After you just let them go, whatever they do it. They may have an emergency or whatever reason. I just wait patiently now. It doesn't bother me anymore.
That's
They
great.
just keep going now. It's like, I just go my way. 15 minutes, that's okay. I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that.
the way to do it. Just like Mark always says, okay, if somebody cuts us off on the road, don't get angry, don't blow up, don't curse at the person. Right? Just think of that person having an emergency. That person is in a hurry, so you let them go. Even when somebody take our parking spot, okay, you get so angry, right? Because you circle around for half hour, you can't find it. Finally, you found one, and somebody cuts you right in. Okay, let them have it. Okay, it's okay. You go find another spot. Maybe next time the teacher will give you a better spot. Isn't it better? Right? Don't fight with somebody for a parking space. Look at that on the news a few weeks ago. This woman was driving into a parking lot, and then this elderly woman cut her off and pulled her right into that spot. Okay? So this other woman got so angry. So when the elderly woman came out, she shoved her. She fell. And she was in critical condition in the hospital. So she has to go to jail, okay, for what? And for a parking spot that it's just a parking spot, right? Even for money, we don't do that, right? Anything. We do not hurt other people, okay? Whether physically, mentally, emotionally, or by words of mouth. Don't hurt other people, because words can kill, okay? So we don't curse at people. Okay? Anybody else wants to share?
I think it's important to let go of our ego. I think that's like the foundation. If we don't think too much of ourselves, we don't think too highly of ourselves, then when people criticize us or when people do something not so friendly, not so respectful, then we just take it calmly. Just let it pass.
Yeah, always keep our composure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
It's also
yeah.
like a lesson, right?
Yeah.
It's a like lesson for you.
Mhm.
You pass the lesson,
Yeah.
you gain more.
We get a lot of tests from heaven to
Yeah.
test us. Okay, if today you say, okay, I got rid of my temper today. The next minute you're going to be tested. Okay, to see if you're going to get angry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're constantly being tested by heaven. So whether we pass or fail, it depends on ourselves, not depends on the other person. Okay, heaven uses people to test us. So always be calm and composed.
And just like Lecturer Sito said, we don't commit sins or any faults because of other people's personality or their wrongdoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever other people do, I mean, if it gets us angry or it causes us to do something we shouldn't do, then we're punishing ourselves over their fault.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense, right? I mean, they're gonna get their punishment or whatever, for doing wrong. Why should we get involved in that? We shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
When they go back to heaven, they have to report to God. They have to explain why they did that to us, right? We don't have to, so it's okay. Okay. So every time somebody mistreats us, we learn from each situation, each circumstance. Okay. It makes us stronger and a better cultivator. That's how we gotta look at it. It improves ourselves. Okay. So the Holy Teacher says, examine ourselves carefully. Hold a self-examination of our heart and inspect the cause of our shortcomings, whether we are in prosperity or adversity. Are we irritable? Are we impatient? Can we bear hardships? Can we resist temptation? Can we take rejection? Okay. These are all the tests that we're going to have to pass. Can we stand pressure? I can't stand pressure.
That's why you being constantly
Yeah,
tested.
that's why I'm
You pass.
constantly being tested, okay? So when we are determined to change our bad qualities, we should be firm like a mountain. You know how a mountain is, no matter how bad the weather is, whether it's a storm or the wind or whatever, it's always standing tall and firm, right?
It's a big earthquake.
Yeah, yeah. Except for the big earthquake. Like Nepal. Yeah, okay, there were thousands of, there was hopefully everybody knew about the earthquake last night, yesterday.
Yeah.
6.7 magnitude.
7.8?
No, 6.7. This morning I saw the news.
Different.
That's an aftershock.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, because I saw it on the news today. 2,000 people are dead.
Yeah.
The numbers took increasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They just
So
find
people,
this-
Mount Everest is right in Nepal.
Yeah.
There are people climbing the mountains.
One of the Google's executives
Yeah, he was
also
on the
killed.
mountain.
Yeah. And there was also someone from Edison, New Jersey. She was a physician's assistant.
Oh.
She got killed. Okay, that was one person from the States here. Okay.
So I guess part of those calamities are tourists, right? Because that's not a very densely populated area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very sad to watch all these people.
So whenever something like this happens, I just remind myself I have to do better in the cultivation, so we can kind of, save ourselves and we will not be affected by all these calamities.
Yeah, I mean, well, just anytime there these things happen, you remind ourselves that, yeah, life is unpredictable. Anything can happen, like, it comes unexpectedly. And, so a lot of their, actually, Nepal, it's an ancient, culture. They have a lot of old, like these heritage sites, temples, things like that. A lot of them crumbled because of, were destroyed. So all these things, it's all temporary, and so all these external forms, the material things, shouldn't place too much emphasis on these things, because the next day they could be gone, right? So what's more important is our heart, our true nature. That's if we cultivate our virtues, our merits. That's really more important. The people who die, they can't take anything with them. They have karma, take their karma, and if they have virtue, merit, that's all we can take. That's really the most important thing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we should come to the temple more, to focus on what's important and what is not, and this is more important. Okay, and also we have to be like water, virtuous like water. You know how water flow downward? No matter what comes, in their way, they flow around it. Nothing will stop their flow. Okay, that's how we should be. And have a great heart like saints and sages. Be pure and tranquil like the moon, warm like the spring sun, and as affectionate as the tender wind. This is the holy teacher's words, not mine. I can't write like that. I know. I can't write. I can't take the credit for the holy teacher. Okay, and the holy teacher said, "Taste the bitterest of the bitter to be the best of the best." Why do people not like bitterness? Okay, because those who refuse bitterness will lack good fortune. So we have to endure the bitterness, okay, to be the best. Sweetness begins only at the end of bitterness. So we have to go through the bad in order to get the good. By enduring, okay, so no matter what bad things we come across, bad hardships, we have to endure it. It will make us stronger. With endurance, we will become a bodhisattva. It is easy to be a bodhisattva, just perform our human roles well. Humans are so willful. Humans always care only about themselves and do not care about others. Okay, so we have to turn it around. Okay, and also humans have shortcomings and temperaments. So when things do not go the way they wish, rages flare up easily. Right? That's all of us. We all do that. The greater the rage, the more damage to the liver. Okay? So when the liver is damaged, other illnesses will follow. So always be aware. Okay? So the liver is one of the most important organs in our body. It gets rid of the toxins in our body. That's what my mother has, cirrhosis of the liver. Her liver no longer functions. So now she has toxins that build up every 3 months. Every 3 months, I have to take her to emergency. Okay? And each time she goes, she deteriorates because the toxins build up. So don't think the liver is just the liver. It's a very important organ. Okay? So don't get angry. It's going to damage that liver.
Oh, yeah. And I guess that's why we have to go to bed at 11 o'clock, right? That's when our liver start releasing all this, doing all the purification process.
Yes, before 11.
11.
Morning sleep, 11.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, 11 to 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah. That's when the organs,
They're working.
yeah, they are replenishing, recharging the energies. So make sure young people go to bed on time, because young people are facing the computer all night. At 6 in the morning they go to bed. Am I right? Are you one of them?
It's the opposite.
Yeah, we gotta go to bed by 11. And we gotta eat before 8, because the food gets to digest. If we get hungry after 8, the holy teacher said eat an apple.
Oh,
Okay,
Fruit. Yeah, just
fruit. Or what I do is I have a cup of oatmeal, because oatmeal is easy to digest. Okay, it's time already?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just have a little more to go. Okay, maybe 15 minutes. Okay, shop number, I finished number 3, so let's go to number 4. The 4th lesson is etiquette. Okay, so the holy teacher says when we kneel down and bow, we are showing respect to the genuine denominator, our own soul. How come they're still singing? Our own life. The Chinese character Ming, if you look at the Chinese character Ming, if you break it down into 3 parts, the top part is Ren. Okay, Ming means life. The top part is Ren. The center is Yi Wan. Okay, Ren is person. One, and the last part is okay. Last part is ke. Ke, is that how you say it? Okay. So it means person makes one bow. So life is to make one bow. When we're kowtowing, we are telling ourselves that we have to self-reflect. Okay. If we too proud or arrogant, how can we perform introspection? So if we are proud and always think we are right, then there is no sense to do self-introspection. Our holy teacher says everybody has one's innate true nature, our self-Buddha nature in one's heart. Therefore, when we are facing the Buddhas, it's just like we're looking back at our own Buddha nature. So when we make bows to the Buddha, it is the same as humbly facing ourselves when doing self-reflection. So when we bow with the hand seal, it's like we're setting an example to practice Tao in the secular world. We know how to be humble and modest. Bend our waist, lower as if we don't want to knock our head on the brim of a low door. So if we don't want to knock our head, that's how we're going to bend, okay? So people are not that flexible. We have to learn to be more flexible. We cannot rush things or be abrupt and impetuous. It is like following Confucius' teachings of the golden mean. Okay, stay within the middle path. So if we just put things into practice without thinking and planning, it certainly doesn't meet the principle of the golden mean. So if we keep thinking and planning with action, we won't make our dream come true either. That's why, I'm losing a page. 1 second. Here it is. That's why when we are interacting with people and doing business in this world, we should do it step by step, and that will make our foundation firm. So when we kowtow to the Buddha, it is time to do our best self-reflection. As Confucius says, or Zhenzi says, who is a disciple of Confucius, he says, I do self-reflection in 3 ways. Number 1, in doing things for others, have I been disloyal? Number 2, in my interaction with friends, have I been untrustworthy? Number 3, have I not practiced what I have learned? So every day he reflects in these 3 things, okay? So we have to learn how to do it the Confucius way. Always reflect every day. Rules and proprieties are to help us improve and grow, which will mold us into a standard role model. When we kowtow, be sincere and use our own spiritual light to enlighten ourselves. We all have that Buddha nature light, so we use that light to enlighten ourselves. We have to stretch our muscles and relax our neck. Move our hands and head together. It's not just moving our hands, it's head and hand together. Kowtow in Chinese, ke means to bow. Toe means our head. So we bow with our head, not with our hands. Okay? So it should actually be one motion. Actually, the whole body shifts. Yeah, the whole body shifts. the weight is supported on our knees when we kneel. That weight is supported by our knee. And when we bow, we shift the whole body. So when we shift the body, the head will be moving automatically. We don't have to go like this. Because if we do 1,000 bow, our neck it's gonna break, right? And we don't just do this, okay, and the head don't move. It doesn't make sense, okay? We have to do the whole body shifting. Okay, so and then we have to relax our muscle. Don't be so stiff, relax. This also will help our blood circulation for better health. Okay. So lastly, the holy teacher said, when we koto, hold an image of Buddha in our mind and imagine ourselves as the Buddha. Then the koto rites will be more meaningful. Okay, so when we do the bowing after class today, we picture a Buddha in front of us or picture ourselves in front of us. Okay, so it'll make it more meaningful. Okay, thank you for your attention, everybody. Okay, if I say anything wrong, I ask God and all the saints and Buddhas for their forgiveness.